Welcome. I'm Miss K. Mahalakshmi, lecturer in Computer Science, Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, Trichy. In this video, we are going to see the basic concepts of functions in C programming language. What is function? Dividing a large program into the basic building blocks is known as function. The function contains the set of programming statements which are enclosed by curly braces. A function can be called multiple times to provide reusability and modularity to the C program. In other words, we can say that the collection of functions creates a program. So this is a sample structure of modular programming in which the main program is subdivided into modules and those modules are subdivided into smaller modules. The function is also known as procedure or subroutine in other programming languages. Types of functions. There are two types of functions. One is predefined or library function and the other is user-defined function. Coming to predefined function. The functions which are declared in the C header files such as scanf, printf, getS, putS or call or comes under predefined function. User-defined functions. These functions which are created by the C programmer so that he or she can use it many times. It reduces the complexity of a big program and optimizes the code. Advantages of functions. We can avoid rewriting same logic or code again and again in a program. We can call C functions any number of times in a program and from any place in a program. We can track a large C program easily when it is divided into multiple functions. Reusability is a main achievement of C functions, but however, function calling is always an overhead in a C program. What are the rules to be followed? The rules followed for creating a variable is same to be followed for creating a function name. Elements of user-defined functions. There are three elements that are related to functions. One is function declaration, function call and function definition. Function declaration. All functions in a C program must be declared before they are invoked. A function declaration is also known as function prototype and it has four parts. One is function type, also called as return type. Next is function name. Third is parameter list and fourth is terminating semicolon. What is a syntax? So the general format is function type followed by function name. Within parentheses, we have to pass a parameter list and ends with semicolon. And in this example, the function type is integer, function name is add, and within the parentheses, your parameters are int a, int b. Important points to be noted. The parameter list must be separated by commas. The parameter names do not need to be the same in the prototype declaration and the function definition. The types must match the types of parameters in the function definition in number and order. Use of parameter names in the declaration is entirely optional. If the function has no formal parameters, the list written as void. The return type is optional when the function returns integer type data. The return type must be void if no value is written. When the declared types do not match with the types in the function definition, then the compiler will produce an error. Where to declare? A prototype declaration may be placed in two places in a program. One is above all the functions including main and second inside a function definition. Global prototype. When we place a declaration above all the functions, then the prototype is referred to as a global prototype. Such declarations are available for all the functions in the program. Local prototype. When we place it in a function definition, then the prototype is called a local prototype. Such declarations are primarily used by the functions containing them. Function call. A function call can be called from anywhere in the program. The parameter list must not differ in function calling and function declaration. We must pass the same number of functions as it is declared in the function declaration. Syntax. So the general format, function name. Within parenthesis, we have to pass the list of parameters and ends with semicolon. So in this example, the function name is add and the list of parameters are a and b. When the compiler encounters a function call, the control is transferred to the function add and they have the actual parameters. Where to use? The function call should be written inside the main function. Function definition. It contains the actual statements which are to be executed. It is a most important aspect to which the control comes when the function is called. Here we must notice that only one value can be returned from the function. Elements of function definition. Function type, function name, list of parameters. These three elements are used in function header. Local variable declarations, executable statements, return type, these three elements are used in function body. General format. Function type followed by function name. Within parenthesis, we have to pass a parameter list and these are all called as your function header. Within the curly braces, local variable declaration, executable statements, return statements. These are called as your function body. Function type. The function type specifies a type of value that the function is expected to return to the program calling the function. If the return type not explicitly specified, C will assume that it is an integer type. If the function is not returning anything, then we need to specify the return type as void. Function name. The function name is any valid C identifier and it must follow the same rules of information as other variable names in C. The name should be appropriate to the task performed by the function. Formal parameter list. They have the copy of the actual parameter. The parameter list declares the variables that will receive the days sent by the calling program. The parameters are also known as arguments. There is no semicolon after closing parenthesis. Function body. It contains the declarations and statements necessary for performing the required task. It has three parts: local declarations, executable statements and return statement. Terminologies used. Actual parameters. Parameters written in function call are called as actual parameters. Formal parameters. Parameters written in function definition are called as formal parameters. Calling function. Function which is having function call is called as calling function. Called function. Function definition is called as called function. These are the references. Thank you.